So here we are in part two. I feel that part two is the one you're going to connect with the most because it's the one area that we spend so much time of in our life. Very rarely do we spend a lot of time thinking about part one. You know, we live in a fast-paced world and we're just moving on in the world and we are consumed by our interactions in it. Understanding this interaction it comes in a duality. Everything in your experience has to do with a consumption and a repelling. You are consuming all the time. You're consuming energy. The whole world is consuming something. Galaxies are consuming, but it's also expelling something as well. We are pushing away. We are getting rid of things. So it's a dynamic of bringing in and pushing out. There is a contrast. It's that contrast that is playing all through your experience. So through all the parts, even in your breathing, even when you notice something based on the fact that there is an opposite to what you are noticing. You know, there's dark and then there's light, and you'll know the difference because of the contrary. There is a gain, a benefit, or there is a rejection, or we're staying away from something. And so there's two ways of survival, right? There is the surviving in the natural form in which we're just trying to live and not die. And then there is the social life that we try to live. We are trying to live a good life amongst the society that we are in. We start to realize the things that we like in life, the things that we enjoy, the things that we want to have, the things that we want to hold on to, the goal that we want to achieve, where we want to go as we progress in our lives. We start to see the future, even as children. We want to see what it's going to be tomorrow. And what am I going to grow up to be? And we realize that there is a competition. There are others who are striving for the same thing you are. And so we try to gain the upper hand, and we realize something important, that there is a positive and then there's a negative. And on the extreme ends here, very positive versus very negative, and we always want positive in our life. But there is this boundary right in the middle where it's kind of a gray area, and we're not really too sure at first where that gray area is. And so we may try to find those boundaries as children. Look at this from a young child learning to manipulate people, learning to manipulate their parents. Where does it start? How does it begin? How do they come to grow and work that in our lives? When we find ways to cheat, we sometimes cross the boundary that will then end up giving us a certain gain. Is it really? Is it really beneficial? Some things in life feel as though they are benefiting us because it's all about me, or it's short term. But in long terms, it may not benefit us. Or in thinking about ourselves, we are not thinking about another person or other people or the environment that we're in. So when we think about that competition, and we think about the different ends of that spectrum of positive and negative, we play with the three elements of fear, win, and loss, right? We always want to win. Everything, any benefit is seen as a win. And we don't want to lose any of the things that we enjoy. And so we are afraid of that. We are afraid of our position in our society. We are afraid of our status. We are afraid of losing the things that we have, that we enjoy, our freedoms, our entertainments, and how we spend our time with our family and our friends. Think about the things in your life that you don't want to lose, and how much fear is brought by that. Wins are always things that we're trying to achieve. But wins all the time won't happen. So we have to accept that there's going to be some losses. And can we accept the things in our life to lose? So, as we say in all competitions, sometimes we just want to have fun. And winning isn't always it. So that's where we're going to move into part 3. How to have fun, how to enjoy the life that you're in, and what are some of the things that we can do to put us in a good position to do so. So, moving on to part 3, join us, where we learn to enjoy life.